Welcome back to the Gentleman Ultras YouTube channel, and we're just looking through the morning papers, especially because this week is the Derby Della Madonnina, an important game of course both for Inter and for Milan this very early stage of the season. Both projects really at different stages, but this game could be key. Gazzetta dello Sport leads with the headline of course for this one. Tomorrow the first Milan-Inter for the two coaches, and it's an interesting one because whilst Conte has had a good start, his team have won 3 out of 3. They've won good, they've won bad, they've won ugly. They're a work in progress and they're certainly not perfect. This game against Slavia Prague as well really showed some deficiencies in the squad. Across the city, you know, Gianpaolo, he has won ugly and it's really been a very difficult start for the season for them, but they keep getting the points. Gazzetta here as well pointing out that this is a real moment of truth for both teams. They nicely go to two old pros, one Ambrosini, of course, from Milan, who thinks that Çalhanoğlu will be the man to break the difference, whilst the Spider, Walter Zenga, looks and thinks that the real key to the derby will be Lukaku and his power. Moving on to the Corriere dello Sport, they look at this and think that it's the San Siro walls are going up, pointing out, and quite poignantly, that these two teams are the best defences in the league and have only conceded 1 goal between them all season. Tutto Sport, well, they're not really concentrating too much on the Milan derby, but again, they point out that this really now is a game that's going to really set the tone for the season, especially with Inter and how they're going to progress against the likely challenges, of course, of Juventus. In other news, really, from both, from the Corriere dello Sport and Gazzetta, all focusing on the situation with both Lazio and Roma, who both played in the Europa League last night. The main focus here from Corriere talks about Lazio and just says, look, you know, Lazio disappear, it's the usual story. It ends 2-1, just like in Ferrara and the infamous game against Spal. Probably not surprisingly, because both Ciro Immobile and Luis Alberto left out, arrested for the weekend's game. Roma, on the other hand, Corriere dello Sport go with Mamma Mia, what a Zaniolo. He had an absolutely superb display, and as they said, he lit up Rome. Goal and an assist for Dzeko, and 4-0, with Justin Kluivert being on target too, coming off the bench to score. Interestingly, his second goal in 2 games. Are we actually going to see some consistency from him? It's going to be a big weekend both for the Milan clubs and the Roman clubs this weekend, and hopefully we're going to see an absolutely superb Derby della Madonnina. This is Gentleman Ultra. We'll speak again soon.